Hi folks, and welcome back. We're continuing with the actual campaign. Something that I wrote in the comment in the third video that I uploaded. I messed up on the blockade for a couple videos. Whenever you're dealing with not a small island, you can't blockade with one single vessel. So all I'm really doing is port interdiction. I'm destroying a little bit of supply, so I don't need to be that close to the actual port because I won't be able to block it. So that's a correction that I've got to make here. I'm not blockading Buna. Okay, so I'm moving forward with regard to attacking Buna, so I can see that where I left off is basically I've decided now to push forward in New Guinea. I've captured New Georgia Group. I've trapped this infantry unit in New Georgia, and for whatever reason it left port, which I don't get. This unit here is low supply, so I'm going to have to bring it back. This unit here is at 66%, and this unit here is at 61% but is low, so what I might do is I might swap them out here so that this way I can turn around and this one here is at 92%. What I want to be able to do is basically allow this unit here to get some rest. So I'm going to pull them back. I think that's the best thing to do in this situation. Let it rest a little bit, and then this way I can turn around and use it later on. So this one's right now is stronger, so I'm going to bring it up. And so this is going to be on full support mode, but I want this one to rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it from full support mode and put it on mission only mode. And I'm going to do the same with this one here with the level bomber. I think I'm going to let them rest for a little bit. This unit here can stay on full support mode, and this unit here can stay on full support mode because again their effectiveness is 93%, so they'll be able to be ready for combat if necessary. So as you can see here, I'm slowly taking my troops and I'm replacing my Marines with infantry units. Eventually I won't need to be here also, no point. I don't think that any threat's going to come down. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be keeping my carrier group, so this might be considered a little risky, but I think I'm going to keep my carrier group here to support this sort of defensive line here. That's the idea. While my strike force continues to invade the islands. And I'll slowly move the carrier group up, and hopefully I'll have enough patrol boats to be able to block this Tokyo Express here. So that's the idea as I move up. Eventually I'll have to surround New Britain. And like I said, I already see a port that's open. Here's another port there, another port there. So I mean, I've got some options available. So let's take a look here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy myself an oiler. Can never have enough of them. Like I mentioned before, Australia's on truck duty now. Really not wanting to buy many units per se, but what I would like to do is get just a couple more landing ships just in case. I would love to be able to get another sub, but I can't. And I'll pick up a PT boat the next turn. And I think I'm ready to go here. I just want to make sure this sub is being repaired. From the last video, I've got my carrier groups refueling here. And I'm going to have to do the same with my attack fleet. So let's move forward here. Got unit is out of supply, gotcha. Unit is low supply, and I'm going to end my turn and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I've never played this scenario before. I hope that they don't have any more carriers. It looks like the Japanese air units are becoming a little bit more active now, which is good. It'll make the game a little bit more interesting. It looks like also that in New Guinea here, the Japanese are moving down again. which is fine by me. I'm going to move over here. That's a very strong unit here. I'm going to go there. I'm actually going to break this guy up. And you can see what I've done here. I'm trying to create a little bit of a blockade. I don't have a retreat path here, but hopefully I'll be able to surround that particular unit. Sorry about that, I'm jumping around all over the place here. Once again, I see a fleet nearby there. I'll handle that in a second. I'm going to have to deal with this first. So these guys have to go back, and I'm going to have to go back to port here while I refuel. This has still repair to do, which is fine. Perfect. Got my headquarters there. This unit is fully repaired, so I don't need to prioritize it anymore. That was silly that I moved this one up here while he's still in garrison mode, and same with this one. You can see I'm getting a little bit rusty here. This unit here and this unit here, I don't really want to attack at 1-to-1 odds here. I want to just continue having it run out of supply. But this unit I need to, I'm going to up it with a truck here. And I'm going to go naval. And I'm going to perform an airstrike with no damage. It tells me it's a battleship. Well, my carriers are ready to go here. So I've got a full fleet here. I don't have any battleships with it, but I don't think I need any. I can move 3 hexes, so one, I gotta get out of raider mode first, don't forget that. 1, 2, 3 hexes away where I can attack. So you can see they tried to attack me. That's one of the things that I find, if this is a weak force, it would turn and run more than try to attack a carrier group, I would assume. So I think if a unit gets attacked in some shape or form badly, that it might turn into raider mode and start to retreat. So there's that unit there, and I'm letting this guy rest. So again, I'm gonna just up him and prioritize his reinforcements. And I may even move him here, just to give him a bit more of a rest. And I may do the same here. I might move him back, just to give it a little bit more rest. Don't need them there right now. I've got my air units and I can filter them back and forth here. This unit here, again, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring him back. I'm going to be getting ready for another invasion force. At some point in time, let this unit rest up. And I can take any unit I want here. So here I've got an American unit. It's a Marine division, so I don't want that. So I'm going to take this one here. I'm not too worried about Australia right now because it seems that it doesn't want to, the AI doesn't want to move forward. So I'm holding off here. I'm going to let this guy supplies dwindle to a point where he can be eliminated quickly. I got to check my PT boat status. So let me check my units here. Name by name. It doesn't look like I have any more. Oh, that's sad. I was going to use them to actually do a blockade. Okay, so let's build a couple more PT boats. I've got 2 in the queue. Just shy. Once again, let's get an oiler out there. I think I'm okay with landing ships. I've got 9 in the queue right now, so that's going to be 90 of them. I don't think I have to worry about them. And of course, supply trucks from Australia. Thank you, Australia. Got a Marine division that's ready. Perfect. And I'm going to get a division from Australia soon, so that's good. So when I take a look at this, I'm doing, it looks like landing chips 30, I got supply trucks 93, and everything seems to be going well so far. And the mistake I made in this video is these units are in garrison mode, and I should have put them in active mode. Silly me. Okay, I'm going to have to make up for that afterwards. And I'll move him up. Sub's got a repair. I've got some repairs happening there. You can see here I've got the sub requires repair and the USS Colorado battleship. And it looks like I have port interdiction and out of supply unit, which I've brought home. Okay, so I'm good to go here to the next turn. And that's what I'm going to do. Moving slowly up. Once again, my sub took a hit. And all it's doing is attacking port supply. It's not blockading anything at this point in time. Good, I've got some more oilers. That's what I want. And I can start moving some more troops up. Got some rain too, so that's a good thing. So you can see here, this unit here is starting to go down. It's losing, because it has no supply, it's going to end up just eventually wilting away here. I need to get my act together with this particular unit and set it in active mode. So I'm going to do that, which costs me now all my operation points, and I'm going to do the same with this particular unit here. This unit here is still at 3-2. I need 3 ships here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this unit here and I'm just going to do a simple attack. And you can see here, got lucky. I hit it and basically caused 1 strength point damage. I've got a specialty here that I can put into my aircraft here. Cannons for armor, navigator for spotting, kamikazes for the Japanese, and ace, but I'm not going to do that. Navigator would be a good one for my strat bomber. And let's take a look at my units here as I'm letting some of them rest. So that's up to 8-10 now, and I'm going to give this a little bit of a truck to get this 81. I'm going to let it continue to rest in that particular spot. This one here, again, I'm going to give it a little bit of a truck here to bring it up. It's got 6 out of 10 here. And notice I can start moving more units up now, I think, with regard to the Japanese and what they've been doing. The AI won't come down here. I think I'm just too strong. Looks like I can deploy the Australian division, which is perfect. And I'll be able to break him up and move him forward too, eventually. And I'm going to move him over, him up, so that he can get on a ship right away and do some damage if he needs to. Okay, so let's take a look at my sub here. I'm going to click on here, select all submarines. It's at full strength now, so I'm going to go up here. Again, it doesn't matter where I go here, because the reality of the situation is I can only do port supply. I only have 2 submarines. I need 3 to do a full blockade, or I need 3 naval vessels to do a full blockade. And I may start doing that mighty soon too. Okay, so I can do some specialties here with my naval units, and I like, if I can, with my carriers is especially important. I like giving them screening, and once I've done screening for them, screening provides more anti-air, so that this way it's more difficult to for them to do damage. As you can see here, again, nothing much is happening. So I'm going to move here. I'm keeping one op point available here. I'm very confident that nothing's going to be coming down for a while. And I can see I got 202, so again I'm going to buy a patrol boat and another oiler. And I don't think I need landing ships, so I'll hold it right there. 13, I could wait another turn before I buy anything. This unit's going down. I've got my line starting to bulge up there, so that's a good thing. If I want to protect these bases here, I can now start moving some of these troops up. Not that I have to, because I don't think they're going to do anything at this point in time. So it's not a matter of worrying about if the AI is going to do some attacking. So I don't think it will. I'm going to split this up. And the idea behind it is move them into locations so that this way I have all my ports covered. Just a habit that I have. And I can put this in garrison mode next turn as I move forward here. This unit's in good shape. Again, I'm going to give it a little bit of a truck here, even though I'm not doing an attack. I'm just increasing its strength. This unit is in full support mode. It's damaged, so eventually we'll have to bring it for repair. But I'm trying to keep its effectiveness up so it'll actually attack. And this unit here, I can't attack with all my men yet, but hopefully I'll have odds enough to be able to do some damage. My battleships are ready to go now, so if I wanted to perform a blockade, I can, and I think I will move this forward. So I'm going to go for Buna, and I could have put it in raider mode. Might be a good idea. It'll still do the blockade. I'll just make it harder to find, but I'm near the coast, so it'll be easy to find. And I could then move my subs away and for other duty. And there we are right now, and let's move forward a turn. So I have more than 3 vessels here, so this should form a blockade then. I've got my carrier group supporting this flank. So you can see it's supporting this flank. So if I were to draw here, this is my flank. So my carrier group is protecting that flank. And I've got my strike force here so that I can push up through New Guinea. The goal is to isolate Lee afterwards, but right now it's Buna. And I want to be able to finish off New Georgia there, clear it out. So that's what the goal is for the next couple of turns. So let's just do that, and I'm sure I'm going to have to put up with some air attacks and so forth, and a little bit of damage, and move ships in and move ships out, and that didn't take long. Okay, let's see if they got any damage here. Because if I got any damage, I don't want to keep that ship around. Oh, it looks like there's a fleet there. A battleship. Interesting. Looks like one of my battleships took a hit. Gonna give it a little bit of fuel. So that battleship there, I like to keep this one out and see also to cover the flank. So obviously what's happening in this particular situation is they're trying to break the blockade, which is fine. I'm going to hold the Alt key here and join my unit again, and I'm going to move it up. So now you can see here that with the blockade, my odds are a little bit better for the attack, and I've done a little bit of damage. At 86%, I'm just going to hold off here. Next time I'm going to give it trucks beforehand. This is at 2, so I'm going to put this on hold. This may take a little bit of a hit here, so I think I'm going to move him back. There's no rush here. And this person I'll put on hold, and this person is on hold. So notice here my op point for my aircraft has gone down one simply because it supported the ground attack. I'm keeping one here. The reason I'm keeping one here because I'm going for the battleship, and no luck. And when I go there, naval airstrike, I can see, oh, it's a destroyer and a battleship. That's interesting. So I've got a destroyer and a battleship out of all of this. So it might be nice to bring my carriers over with pursuit combat. So notice here I'm at 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the only thing I could do is pursuit combat here. So I think I'm going to do that. And do some damage. Okay, I don't know. Let's see if was it pursuit combat. Yes, it was carrier pursuit. Looks like I sunk their battleship, which is awesome. I don't think it'll be able to cause any more trouble. And let's see if I can get lucky with a sub attack. Oh yes, thank you for changing that. And not found. And a double hit. Wow, okay, so my sub did really well. So I sunk their battleship, the Congo, and I've done a little bit of damage to the destroyer. It's a pretty good sub. Very good sub. So it's got a choice now whether or not it wants to continue or not. I'm going to prioritize this for reinforcements because I'm sitting at 8 and 89% here, so I want to get that up before these units come down. I definitely want to block this. I'm hoping to push these back. Once I get some more ships, I can put a blockade in Buna and Lee at the same time, cutting off major supply in this particular area. So that's what I want to be able to do. Let's check out this aircraft that's been resting nicely. Okay, still trying to repair. Okay, that's good. I can break this aircraft up now. That seemed to go too far here. Well, it looks like... Oh, I can't make it all the way over. Darn. Okay, I'll make it here. Have him down and out so I can remember where he is. I can move in. I can flop this one so I can switch them up afterwards and take them up. I can move that headquarters up whenever I want to. So it's shaping up very nicely so far. I've got the noose is starting to get around Rabaul. It's starting to tighten slowly but surely. So got one of my PT boats ready. I'm going to put him right here. I'm going to start using my PT boats, cause a little bit more havoc. Got 3 in the queue. Again, I'm going to purchase some oilers. Always good to have oilers. And Australia gets to be on truck duty. You can see this unit is now 2. Its effectiveness is dropping really quickly. I got 2-to-1 odds. Next turn I'll probably be able to attack it, no problem. This unit is still doing very well at 83%, so I'm going to up it again, just nice and slowly, getting it fit. Having my carrier group here is kind of bad because I've got all my fleets here isolated, leaving my flank open. So if they do have a fleet coming down, it's going to create a little bit of havoc for me down here. So, well, it was worth trying to get that destroyer and that battleship. At least I got a battleship, and when I take a look at the reports here, ship sunk, I think I'm doing pretty good when it comes to a comparison between the Japanese and the Allies. Okay, so let's move forward to turn. Actually, no, we got 2 low on supplies. Okay, I filled them up with oilers. So as you can see, when we play the game, I still make mistakes when I'm playing. Um, it happens. The reality of this situation, it just makes it more fun. Here's the oiler here, so there's the oiler. I'm going to get, because I want to keep the blockade. This is why I liked subs so much, because subs themselves. I'm going to keep this in fleet mode and cover a little bit that Tokyo Express lane. My carrier force can now move to go back to covering the flank. Again, I'm very aggressive right now in fleet mode. You can see this unit is going down. I don't even have to attack if I really don't want to. I'd like to get this unit down if I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm upping the truck here, so it's 96%. I'm going to do the same here, 96. I'm going to do this one traditionally like I do it with Warplan Europe. Usually come in with an airstrike, hoping that it would reduce it one strength, and then I just go in there and attack. These are pretty good odds, so I'm going to continue my attack here, and I'm going to move forward. As you can see, my push to Buna has worked out very, very well. I'm still going to need quite a bit of turns to reduce it. These units, that's a headquarters. Don't know what that unit is. Now I know I only have a headquarters there, but I can definitely bring up another unit. It's not like I don't have any units here to be able to support just in case. So I'll keep an eye on here. I'm not going to bring anything up right now. And there's one of my subs, and the question is, what happened to my other sub? Interesting, interesting. Okay, so a Marine is ready. I'm going to deploy. This unit's still there. Sub is there. I don't recall, but I must have lost a sub. So there's my attack sub. Darn, I lost a sub against that battleship somewhere down in that cruiser. Didn't even realize that. Okay, so the blockade is on now. So I got 4 vessels there. One of them's damaged, but I'm okay. He's got air cover. These units here should be repaired. Yep, fully repaired, ready to go. So I'm going to bring that person up in a more supportive role. These units are covered. This one here can also be more of a supportive role, for especially in New Guinea. So I'm going to hop on a boat here, and I'm going to go to Port Moresby and dock. Okay, so you can see here I've got a couple planes here. The line's getting stronger as we move forward here. This unit could eventually move up, and in fact I might do that now with my air units. And this unit here, is it fully repaired? Nope, not yet. So I'm going to fly him down here. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to fly him down here to get stronger. So now you can see here the defensive line is starting to stretch up. This will be cleared soon, and I'll have this line. So that's what I'm working on here. Buy anything. I can buy another patrol group. And I can buy a couple Oilers. And of course, Australia does supply trucks as we move forward. Curious how many Oilers I have. Right now, one, so I'm going to have to go to port eventually. I think I have enough troops to be able to conquer everything if I want. So it's a very strong unit here. And he's dug in. Level 2 entrenchment. It's going to take me a while to bring that guy down to size. I might have to bring my carrier unit over there to help out. So garrison that unit. Okay, that's already garrisoned. Okay, and let's move forward a turn. I'm going to zoom in a bit because usually what happens is the AI will take me to the battle, and this way I can see what's happening. I probably would have been able to see when that sub got sunk. Okay, so I'm going to have to bring my carrier unit back in. My flank is a bit exposed, but that's okay. This guy's healing. Let's give him a priority healing here and give him a truck, so he's 89. It's good. This is all covered. The sub is on patrol duty there, and he's in fleet mode to be able to interact or intercept, or interdiction as it's called. As you can see, this unit has dropped down to 0, so it's almost like no fun now. These units here, I'm not sure whether or not the marine unit can go across this way, but I wouldn't want to anyway. Now I have a choice. So let's take a look at this strategically. You have this guy on this island here, but you have this island here, Bougainville. It's got 2 aircraft and 3 troops there. If you bypass this and capture this, then you can come back to this one and cut off this unit. That might be the option to go. And in fact, you could probably cut off the supply of that unit with when the patrol boats come. So that might be an option that I might take. So eventually, and this is going to be a really messy island to take. Or you can turn around and bypass this and land here, where you have a 1 port available, just to create some havoc and control with some air. So those are your options that you have here. I'm surprised that this unit has not gone down. Yeah, so let's help it out a bit. Let's give that a truck and attack. And let's give that a truck and attack. Now, what ends up happening usually in an attack is you don't see any more strength loss, but what's happening is you see the number going down here because it's losing effectiveness. So its ability to fight is worse. So people are cowering or hiding or whatever. So as the air units are attacking, what's happening is the actual effectiveness of the unit goes down, so you can see the attack value goes down. I don't see any ships here. Oh, there's something there. And let's give this a truck and let's attack. And that was a good attack. So you can see once its effectiveness has actually gone up, what's happened is what's actually happened is that it becomes more successful in its attack. So we got a torpedo base force, a 2nd Division, 16 Regiment, a 38th Division, whatever, an I-59, a sub there, and I sank the 38th Division. So are those transports? That's very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not brave enough to take my carrier force from here over to here and do an attack. I'm not there yet. I mean, I could possibly take my carrier force through here, but I would have to capture Lee first and have a lot of air cover before I would do that. Okay, so here I'm going to continue to blockade that unit there. I've got my carrier force that's just returned. It's going to have to fill up, and what I'm going to have to do is break off my carrier force here so that I can maintain pressure on Buna here with a fleet. So I'm going to keep my carrier force rested for a bit. Moving troops over. I've got this unit here and this unit here, which is pretty strong. I could use them up here to punch a hole through, and that might be a good idea here. I'm gonna get ready for some invasions here, but I want to move this unit out. I might move them into here to give them a little bit more punch. And let's take a look at. You almost forget about units when you start getting too many units. Get some moving units over. And let's get this person on a boat and ready for an invasion if possible. Again, I want to start in Naomi. Oh, there you go. You can cross the island there. Very interesting. I'll do a blockade there first for sure. No rush yet. Okay, so I've got 214 here. Again, I'm gonna build myself a boat and an oiler, 2 of them, and Australia again on truck duty. Looking at this, got quite a bit of stuff that's coming. Got another carrier group, and oh my god, 2 carrier groups and 3 light carriers. Whew. Of another airstrike force. That's available. So simple strategy, nothing fancy here, folks. I see that they're going after my ships. Okay, so now we do a flip-flop. I think I'm going to bring my carriers. like these air units here. Okay. Do what I do with the Coral Sea battle. Come about here. I'll still continue here. I'll protect the flank. And I'll use an oiler. Gotta watch out for the Colorado. And I think I will take the Colorado back for repairs. Don't want to take a chance. Just won't make it, eh? But I'm gonna go elite. It's time to bring up the heavy hitters. Once again, I'm getting free reign to attack here. No luck on the first one. No. Good hit. It's always a better idea to do the trucks first. And I'm gonna reprioritize that one too. When this one moves up there, this unit's done. The blockade's holding, and then I'm gonna move towards Lee and perform a blockade there. In that case, I'll be moving my carrier force a little bit more up here, again covering the flank. These units up here are the most interesting. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to go with a truck here. I don't want to overdo it, and I'm going to take another shot at them, and again I get another 6 and 0. So when I take a look at the naval airstrike, no losses. That must be troop transports just sitting there. The AI is probably keeping them. Got another PT boat ready, that's good. They'll be able to help with regard to the blockade. This unit is now fully repaired at 93%. That's awesome. It's an interceptor unit, so I would like to get him into the action as soon as possible. Oh, what did I select? I must have selected the patrol craft there. Lucky it tells me, eh? Got lucky on this one. Okay, so here are my interceptors. Let's put it on full support mode. I'm keeping this one on mission only mode now. Notice to attacks I'm down to 69% with fatigue. I'm moving quickly up New Guinea here, so the end is near, if not here already. I think I'm gonna wait, buy myself a well, I'm gonna get an oiler now, but actually 2. But I'm gonna wait and okay, so I'm in full support mode here. Got it set for that. Okay, so I should be able to perform an airstrike. Thank you. I'm gonna have to start taking some of these air units down a notch, especially as I move closer to closing the gap. So nice and slowly I'm gonna have to do that. I don't want to do anything right now towards Lee. Okay, let's move forward at another turn. He was low on fuel. He's been upped up. Okay. Buna's not going to be around too much longer, you can tell. Pull back a bit, and these units have already pulled back. Good, I got another oil and landing ships. This subunit can now go to that port, size 3, and have enough fuel. Okay, so I got to bring this guy down. Well, I'm going to move him over and this person up. And this time I'm going to hit them with trucks to start off with. I mean, the attack here is a little bit higher, so I think I'm going to go with that one. And you can see here I'm going to do some aerial attacks to weaken them first. And the blockade has definitely taken effect, and actually I'm going to move them in with this unit. This unit here can reach, so I'm going to go with an aerial attack. I've got an interceptor here on full support mode. Good. I'm going to start hitting their air units now as I try to reduce their effectiveness. To be able to do that, what you want is I find ground support the best. And these have great ranges now in this game. But together with an interceptor unit, that's what you want, because then these go up and your interceptor unit comes in and takes out some of their troops. This guy's freed up now, so I can bring him. Well, I've got some choices here. Bring him here. Get him refilled. And that leaves my carrier unit still here. And these units here are pretty good strength right now. I've got another group of Marines. And I need to start looking at now Bougainville. I've captured Buna and Lee. What I need to worry about strategically now are these air units. They're being very aggressive. So my air units have to start hitting their air units a little bit more. So you can see they've created a defensive line here. And I need to bust it. And it looks like they've got other airfields here also, so they can move, they can retreat back to the island and make it very difficult for me. But got some options here. I may move troops up to Lee, but supply will probably not be great. So you can see here, this is 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, supply here would be terrible. This would be 8, 8, probably 7, 7, 6, 6, 5. Only be able to get one unit on the road. So yeah, blockade is necessary here with Lee, but I think my priority here strategically and tactically is to take out this island and then stranglehold this one here. And this will allow me to bring my air units a little bit even closer to start attacking more so their air units. I have to reduce their air power. That concludes this video. Once again, everybody, thank you for watching.